Good morning. So this is the Friday after this incident started. So I'm 3 days down the road. Yesterday was a pretty pivotal day. I had a lot of things that I needed to get done. The most important is I needed to get my real estate license back to active. I found out that when I was arrested, my broker, before they ever spoke to me, sent my license back to the state. And when you're a real estate agent, that's effectively like somebody firing you. You're not, they're disassociating themselves from you altogether. And when that happens, my listings aren't with me. My listings are with the broker. So then the broker had to run around town, take my sign out of yards, get my clients to sign new contracts so that they could assign them to a different agent. And so my priority yesterday was to get my license reenacted so I could practice real estate, because I was not able to call my clients. I'm not able to send out any emails. I'm not able to do much of anything. And so I actually had Tuesday night another broker. It's a woman-owned business brokerage who reached out to me without me having to explain or show any of my. I didn't have to explain anything. They just said, as soon as they saw what was going on, we know what's going on. We know this is narcissistic abuse, and they know me. And they said from Tuesday that they would be willing to host me or to come in and talk with them, is basically what they said, and that just put their arms around me and loved me and supported me online. And I called my existing broker right after I found that out Tuesday night, asking them if they would like to reconsider, because I really thought that was my home as far as my real estate license goes. And they said that I would need to, that they weren't sure. And then Wednesday morning, I was sitting in the my current the new broker's office, and my old broker called and basically said that, it's just too hot of an issue and we've got to let it cool down, and he's not willing to go get my license. When I hung up, my current broker said, I'll go and get your license for you right now. So she was in the process of doing that. I went ahead and met with my old broker to show them my proof and my side of the story. And after they heard it, then they were like, oh my God, you're abused. We will go get your license. And I said, that's not needed anymore. I've got a safe place that I'm at now, because right now what's most important to me is I feel safe. And these people had my back before I ever had to explain anything. And I will never, ever forget that. Because that was exactly what I needed in that time, when I've got so many people turning their back against me, or maybe even continuing the cycle of abuse, which is what they did, to feel the support. And so after I left there, that brokerage continued the abuse cycle, because they put a email out to everybody letting them know that I left that broker, and that's not true. That's not true at all. They had already sent my license back before I ever got out of jail. And so it's just another example of how the ripple of abuse has started and continues to abuse me. Yesterday was my daughter, who is in her senior year of high school. She is the captain of the cheerleading squad, and it was their coronation. And so with the no contact order, I'm not allowed to be around children. I'm not allowed to be where children are. And I missed her coronation, but I did get to see it online. And I'm sure I will get to see the homecoming game tonight, and her in her dress somehow tomorrow. So that's another ripple of continued resignating abuse, is that my child still is not able to come home. And that's horrible. I also yesterday morning had to go to a networking group that I had started about 2 months ago, brought these 20 some people together, and with everything that's been on the news, they wanted to ask me to resign from being president of the group and to leave the group altogether, which obviously would be okay if I had done all of this. But once I shared with them everything that I have that defends myself, everybody in the group had a 180 turn, and not only want me to stay in the group, but want me to stay as president of the group because of being such a strong woman and a leader who can handle this kind of abuse and still walk with grace and integrity in class. So I started getting a little bit of relief yesterday, and things going my way. They stopped in my office and were very welcoming and loving, and it was a good day. There's still a lot of busyness going on. I've got a new brokerage, but I don't have any business yet because nobody wants to have my sign in their yard, and not until I'm able to. I would imagine until I can say that I'm not guilty or the charges have been dismissed, would somebody want my sign in their yard. So, and I can't blame them. So today, I've got to move my office from my original location. My business partner has said that there's been some threats and stuff that have come in, and he doesn't feel safe having me there. I've got an office with my brokerage, but I also office with a business partner who's an investor, and we're having to move our offices because he's not feeling, we have admins and stuff that are in there not feeling that it's safe. So I'm going to be getting some resolution to that today. I am 100% sure that I made the right move to the broker that I went to. Online presence is just making sure that I'm continuing to put positive stuff out there, positive love out there. I could feel the energy when I'm around some people that maybe they're upset or mad, or they have something that they want to say but they hold their mouth. And I'm waiting for the occasion of when I walk in somewhere and somebody is just really all over me, verbally. It hasn't happened yet. I'm going to continue to put good vibes out there, but I also know that in my mind, if I could sit here and kind of go through what the situation is, I can, instead of being in a reactive mode, I can be in a response mode and know how I want to handle it. So still a lot of online support, like behind the scenes and in front of people, where just people have spotted abuse, and they could see it. This day before yesterday, went viral on the internet. So I continue to get friend requests from 17-year-olds asking me to send them pictures, 18-year-olds who tell me it was their birthday and they'd like me to send pictures. I've got people reaching out on my personal page, my private page, my business page. I've got naked nudes being sent to me from guys with their body parts being sent to me. And I've also now gotten contact from my ex-husband, who hasn't talked to me since we got divorced. This gentleman, I have the no contact order, reached out to him. I've got another girl that I mentor in real estate who he reached out to, and she's too scared to speak up. And these are all things that would put him in violation of his no contact order. And I don't understand why people are nervous about helping me, because those are the things that, need known or need handled. So there's still quite a bit of adversity, and I haven't been in the news here locally, but it's gone pretty big and viral. So it is continuing to spread. I've got people from India who reached out to me, Germany, England. I mean, it's in a good way also. I've also got people who are texting me direct and trying to hit on me, and but under the ploy of it's real estate or something. I had a guy that I was texting. He wanted me to help him with real estate, and I told him I couldn't until I had my license enacted. And once I had my license enacted, he wanted me to show him home so he can watch my cute little butt wiggle, and I immediately blocked him. And I offered to put him in contact with another agent, because I believe that he's crossing over the lines of my professional standards, and thinking I would give him the name of a guy. And he said, well, as long as she shakes her butt, that would be fine. And so I would imagine the resonating effects of that is going to just continue to happen for a while. So Anyway, that's what's going on today. It's Friday. My goal today is that I've got to meet with my employees and reconnect and just kind of get the base work of what's going to happen. And just start asking for business. I think I can get, gosh, my brain is so fuzzy because I have so many thoughts coming through it. We're just going to move into our new broker so that my admin always has somebody there and can learn. And then also, I'm switching attorneys. I've got a great attorney right now, but she doesn't necessarily have the relationships and the contacts of being able to, I guess there's a whole respect network, if you will, going on, that when you have done certain things in the past, you can just within moments of a phone call have things done differently. And my broker has got an alignments with an attorney that's more of a powerhouse that's going to be able to, most importantly, get my baby back home and let her and I reconnect, because she's done nothing wrong too and she's being abused. Let me remind you that this all started because that gentleman that I have the no contact order against sent a picture of me while I was sleeping nude to my daughter. So exactly what I've been accused of, he has done, and yet my daughter is the one that's having to live with all of this. And she says that people don't talk to her, they talk behind her back. And so it's not just me getting re-victimized, it's my children. My son and my middle child is my son, and my oldest have been very supportive, and they've had their emotional ups and downs because they're also getting a lot of questions and a lot of heat coming down on them. And I would like to just be able to have my family together. So that should happen fairly soon with this new attorney, and that would be my goal, to have that done today, and then just get back into the real estate world and start advertising and finding some business. I would imagine that I'm going to be working with some buyers for a while, which in the real estate world is not that they're fine, they're perfect, they're wonderful. You got to say that for buyers, but it is, they take the most amount of time. And when you're doing listings, you can do about a 5-to-1 for every 5 listings I manage. It takes the same amount of time as one buyer. So I'm also got an appointment to have my hair colored today, so I'm going to still take care of me, make sure that I'm doing float therapy, massage therapy, getting my chakra clean, doing acupuncture, because we all know that when your cup goes empty, that's not good. It's not good at all. You got to keep your cup overflowing. I'm surrounding myself with good, positive experiences, love. I love my Christian music. I've got it playing in the background right now. Reading positive things. I don't watch television at all, so that was really nice through all of this, because I don't watch television, so I didn't see myself, being very careful and limited on what I allow myself to experience online, and not, as soon as something bad happens, I will go and balance it with a good, actually a magnified good, because it's got to be more than a 1-for-1 when you're balancing a bad. It's probably like a 4 or 5-to-1, and then I'll be okay. And so to get through the day right now, it's just paying attention to me, paying attention to where my energy is, paying attention to how what energy I'm putting out there in the world, because I can feel if it's down, if it's good, if it's bad, and making sure that if I find that I'm at a deficit, that I do the things that I need to do to recharge myself, and trusting a lot on just my faith, my spiritualism, knowing that we're all connected, giving grace, because a lot of people just don't understand. And the people who are buying into all of this are, first and foremost, the person that started it. Hurting people hurt people. And so there's obviously something in him, something there that would bring somebody great satisfaction to see this kind of devastation happen in someone's life. And the general public watching the news, and I'm hoping and I'm intending that when this comes to the light of day, people are going to understand, when you see things on the news, that is just one side of a very corrupt side to present information. I mean, the channel that had me all over it every hour here was the channel that had the lowest ratings. And so it must have really helped them